What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're into the second video of 2025. We're doing a little disc review thanks to Dots and Disc, doing the Clash cookie. So let's get on in the video. Alrighty, everybody. This is a disc review doing the Clash cookie. I don't have the steady cookie. I have a tone cookie, which if you look, it's not your normal rim. It's got one here and one there. And then you got a cool looking Clash swirl steady plastic, but it's a different from the normal steady if you've thrown them. And then I've got 3 discs here to compare it to because the numbers for the cookie are 7502. You'll see it right there. And then I've got the Athena, which is also 7502. I've got a Innova T-Bird, and then I've got an Infinite Exodus. Shout out to Wes of the Birdie fam. I'm doing that one for you, bud. So I'm gonna throw these first, see how they fly. From what I've heard, they're pretty stable, but I'm not really sure. And then I'll throw those to compare it to, and then we'll do a round of backhand, round of forehand. So let's see. Alrighty, so that's not terrible. Fly, like it's pretty. It's not like dead straight, but it's nice. It's straight with a good consistent fade. So now let's see how the tone one does compared to that one. Alrighty. So the tone one seems to be a little bit more stable than the steady swirl one. So if I had to choose between the two on the backhand that I like, I would go the steady swirl. So now let's see how these compare to the cookie. I'm going to start off with the Exodus, and I'll throw the numbers up right here as I'm throwing. Okay, little low, but it did go a little bit straighter, so it probably wasn't the best one to do for this comparison. But I think the T-Bird and the Athena should be a little bit better. Yeah, there you go. So it's like if you're throwing the T-Bird, then the Clash cookie could be one if you're wanting to kind of give it that kind of that good comparison. Like you're wanting to switch over to Clash, you don't know what to do. The cookie would be if you're throwing the T-Bird. Now I'm going to throw the Athena and see how much it compares to that. Well, if I wasn't throwing on so much hyzer, but you kind of get the gist. It's pretty much the same. So now I'm going to go retrieve those, and we're going to do some forehands. Alrighty, so we saw how they flew on backhand, and like I said, the Exodus is probably the only one that didn't really compare too well because it flew a little bit straighter, even though I threw it a little low, but it still went a little bit straighter. And the T-Bird and the Athena actually were a good comparison for the cookies. But now we're going to see how on forehand, and it's the one thing I was working on before I started these videos for the first year. So we're going to start off with the cookies just to see how they do. And we're just going to throw out here in this field and see how they do. So still stable. My forehand distance is not one thing I'm working on, but let's see how the tone one does. I'm throwing too high. Like I said, still working on it. Overall, not terrible. So now let's see how the non-cookies, see how they do. We're going to start off with the Athena. Turned it over just a little. Not terrible. Just a little turnover. See how the T-Bird does. A little low. Definitely straighter. Now let's see how the Exodus does. Overall, not terrible. But the cookies seem to have a lot more stability, and they are both brand new. The other three I've had for quite some time. So, like I said, overall, not terrible. But if I had to give my final review on the cookie, I really like them. Will they make the bag? Probably not. I'm not really in the need for that slot right now. If Clash ever decided to sponsor me, then I would definitely consider it, obviously. But so yeah, with all that being said, let's go to an outro. Well, everybody, so that was it for today. I really enjoyed the Clash cookie. It's a little bit more stable than what I was thinking. But overall, enjoyed them. So thanks once again to Dotson Dis. A link's down in the description to their channel, or not channel, but website, to where you can get. They got Clash, Gateway, and they got a bunch of other different brands. So go check them out. I highly, highly recommend them. They've got good customer service and everything. So highly recommend them. Go check them out. And then thanks again to all my sponsors throughout last year and some of the ones this year, which I'll get into more later at a later time. And with all of that being said, I'll see y'all on the course.